You guys, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate your audience to the Storyteller Gone Rogue channel on this platform. I'm happy to know that you never know what you're going to get. And I love changing it up a little, but one of the things. Yeah, that's my cat Oscar. Anyway, good morning, good evening, hey guys, wherever you happen to be on this planet, and if you're hearing a little sadness in my voice, well, easy come, easy go. The dumb shit wouldn't even say fired. It said, I don't have any hours for you. Okay. It's okay though. Easy come, easy go, as they say. And I was stoked for it. Probably too excited, but. Or maybe they were just too intimidated, and try that again, pardon me, for what it is I brought in. I don't know, but I got sacked for the reason I was hired. Effervescence. Can you believe? Yeah. And I am happy to say, go on, kitty. Go on, out. Bye-bye. See you later. It just hurts, that's all. You know, that humanity can be this shitty to one another. And a lot of these applications, at the bottom of them, if you're careful and you look, they say you can be hired and fired at will. At will. Meaning you're not guaranteed a gig any more than you're guaranteed to get it. So, who wants to work like that anymore? If you really look into it, rather than, cat, stop it! If you look into it, mommy's fine, mommy gotta talk. Like little kids, right? Anyway, yeah, this sucks. And you could hear it in my voice, I was crying. And I'm still crying. It's not because so much it was just really, you know what I mean? Like, when you can choose to be kind, when you can choose to be a decent human being, you don't. I don't want to relive the whole thing because I'm really pissed off still. Maybe further down the road when things are in better perspective. But when you're in the middle of a storm, this feels like a fucked up breakup that didn't need to happen. Okay, let me give you first. This somebody said the same thing. You get like, all right, this is a combination. Like when we were at the height of that coof nonsense in the early 20s of this decade. I auditioned for something called the Sweet Harmonies. They were formerly known as the Sweet Adelines, and where you had the soprano, alto, tenor, bass. But if a woman can naturally be a tenor in a mixed chorus, then she could be a bass there. I mean, and you could probably hear it in my voice that I can reach bass notes in music. But anyway, they wanted me. I was on pitch. I was on great, everything. But did I take that particular procedure? No. Oh, well, you're going to need to do that. I said, yeah, no, that's not happening. And they're like, why? I said, because I have health reasons why it can't happen. And they're like, well, that's not reason. And they're basically falling in a lockstep. And they don't like nonconformity. And they'd rather do themselves in and be mediocre than go out of the comfort zone and be nonconformists. And I'm like, but this is temporary. While no, not while. Why must I do what all y'all do? We're already singing harmonically. What, do I have to think, can we not think harmonically? And the woman's like, ooh, that's deep. I'm like, yeah, now if we can sing that way, we can think that way, right? Well, let's talk to the director about it. I'm like, okay, I knew where this is going, but further kicking the can down the road. And I'm like, okay, like the best and the worst day being the same day. Yeah, that. And yesterday was it. I mean, I might have gotten it for my birthday, but I lost it the same week. And I'm realizing there's no way I can be out there anymore, not until the whole damn world changes its mindset. The whole damn world starts thinking like I do. I mean, it might sound arrogant to say, I don't care anymore. Because the fact of the matter remains, what is wrong with treating people kinder? What is wrong with being nicer to somebody? It's gotta fucking start somewhere. Why can't the fuck it start with you? What are you so scared of? Oh, I'm gonna get burned. Because they were hurt. Don't you get it? Do your own work. Be nicer to yourself, and you can be nicer to other people. Yesterday completely opened my eyes. I'm like, every time I veered and countered, he wants me to name him, won't he? Yeah, the proprietor of the former bowling lanes I used to work in all of 2 days. Well, that was the quickest job that came in and out. But it was the dismissal of it, you know what I mean? And it fucking hurts just to be blown off over what I said, completely taken out of context. He said, oh, we can't have you saying you see dead people. I said that my dogs were so tired, they were barking at me loud enough I practically could see dead people. Okay? Dickless completely took me out of context. Don't you hate it when people take you out of fucking context? They want to use that as a reason to blow you off. Okay, here's the reason why he did blow me off, but I cannot prove it. But the way the laws in this country are devised, you were just set up from the beginning to fail. It was just a question of time of when you were going to be able to see it. Number one. Number two, you've also been brainwashed long enough to know, hey, wait a minute, am I really being set up to fail? Yeah, you are. See, you're not allowed to be yourself at work. You noticed? Have you noticed? Where's all this free speech that they were talking about in the Constitution? No, free speech is an illusion. No, not in 3D. Free speech is an illusion, my kids. Yep. No, and you just keep speaking your mind, speaking your piece, and you know something? Here's why. These fuckhead establishments, they won't let employees speak their minds. No. Same thing like with the fucking publishing industry. They won't let you speak your mind. but they got no problem taking your coin. And you can say whatever kind of language up in there you want to. You can color your hair how you want to. You can come in with a bunch of pins in your face. But heaven forbid you go work looking like that. The people on the right be like, pins in the face, spiked pink hair, crazy ass tats on face tats, but could be the nicest individual on the planet. Whereas a banker in a suit and tie, who's the biggest dick behind a computer screen? Number one. Number two, how come you can't speak your mind at work? Because you stomping on somebody's boundaries that they didn't set for themselves and they didn't set for nobody else. And the connecting factor, don't get fucking offended. It's what somebody says. Let it roll off. If it don't pertain to you, what do you care? What do you care? Why the fuck you gotta be all up in somebody's business? Answer, because you hate yourselves long enough to not want to get to know yourselves. What are you scared of? What are you scared of? I am as sick as I can fucking be of walking on eggshells around people. No, I'm going to continue to be me. And the fact of the matter is, yes, I do communicate and speak to and hear from ghosts. But that's beside the point. What I said was taken completely out of context. And I told that little asshole this. Oh, what? And then asshole didn't tell me all week. Oh, but we made a decision that, no, bitch, I frighten you. And you want to find other ways around the fact why I frighten you. Now, what I would love to have happen is my guy to walk up in that establishment. You fired my wife? You fired my woman? Why? I would love for him to walk in there. I would love for any man to get up in here, walk up in there, yo, why you fire this bitch? See, back in the day, there would have been people that would have been doing that. They would have stood up for somebody else and said, you know what? What for? On what grounds? On what grounds? Why? Because you're scared of what customer might think? Hey, if you have no customers, you got no employees anyway. The whole point is you want customers, right? Word of mouth will make or break you. You keep being a dick to your employees, what kind of customer base you gonna keep? Yeah, think about it. Think about it. The same thing. Would you leave your kids with a junkie? Would you leave a known junkie? Or would you leave your kids with a known junkie because you related to them? There. Yeah. See, them's the moral and ethical questions a lot of people don't want to fucking ask these days because, oh, heaven forbid, oh, they politically correct, I'm going to be seen as racist, I'm going to be seen. Fuck what they think of you. Fuck what they think of you. These establishments need to know, hey, you're helping me keep my lights on, my bills paid. Oh, but I got to have my customer base. Yeah, your customer base, you can let them say and do whatever they like, but the employees can't. How the sweet fuck does that work? The money is just as green. Their piss is just as yellow. Their blood is just as red. The shit is just as brown. The feet stink just as bad. Maybe not worse because you might have something going on bodily or fungally or whatever going on in there. But the shit of the remains, the shit of the issue, ladies and gentlemen, forgive me for stumbling all over my words. I'm passionate about this. I am so done. I'm done with being told, say this, not that. Say that, not this. You can say this here, but not this here. You can say, hey, you are autonomous. You know your audience. You gauge your audience. You feel your audience. People don't get to tell you, bitch, say this, not that. Bitch, say that, not this. No. If my money is as green or as any other floor, any fucking place else, visiting your establishment, patronizing your establishment, the same is at working for the establishment. Yes, you're held to a standard. I understand that. But you also if you let your customers be themselves, you let your employees be themselves. That is not a double standard. That is not a given. That is a fact. You let your employees be themselves. You let your customers be themselves. You let your employees be themselves. You don't get to corral what they think, say, do, act, please, whatever. If they're coming in stark naked and doing something, personally against your values and beliefs and whatever, then all right, you may have a case. But on the whole, check that fucking boss ego at the door. The almighty dollar is not the one you need to be worshiping. Because guess what? If that almighty dollar goes bye-bye, what the fuck happens to you? Who do you depend on? Oh, hey, God, by the way, God be like, yeah, what's up? When were you going to get around talking to me? Yeah, God's not going to be like, oh, yes, how can I help you? No, God's going to be like, yeah, about time you called. What's up? Oh, you finally painted yourself in that corner, huh? How you liking it? Yeah, not liking it much, are you? God be like, yeah, you like, yo, God, you think you can get me out? Nope. Why? What? Well, you thought you had it better than I do. You made that, hey, that's part of free will. Free will. Remember that. So somebody can fire your ass on a fucking whim. You ever think about that? That's why the job applications say fire/hire at will. You are not allowed to speak your mind. You are not allowed to say what you really, 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 really think and believe and feel. And you get that shit from the family too. You get that shit from the family too. You are living open secrets. You are living through open secrets. No wonder everybody is so fucking sad. No wonder everybody is so taking other people's stinking words out of context, particularly men. What I said was, my dogs are barking at me so fucking badly, I can practically see dead people. He heard, wah, 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 wah. I can, wah, 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 wah. See, wah, wah, dead people. Wah, 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 wah. That's what he heard. Or if you're familiar with that foul, disgusting series, 2.5 Men, in the scene where Jake was reading something from Shakespeare and he mentioned apple tart, all he heard was trombone noises, apple tart. See, men selectively hear and see what they selectively hear and see. A lot of people do that. Probably you too. We all do. But when that prism really falls away and you gotta see shit for what it fucking is, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Guess who's gonna come back, run and say, oh wait, wasn't that albino bitch, right? Yep, she was. Yep, she was. And I'm frankly, yes, I bring up my albinism to make awareness of 3 things, ladies and gentlemen, not just 2, 3. 1, I'm sick as fuck of being treated like a goddamn sideshow freak. You might not have me in a cage. You might not have me being fed with a stick. But your mindsets, your beliefs, your refusal to research, your refusal to see keeps us imprisoned. Whether or not you know it. Whether or not you know it, you should at least acknowledge it. And if you refuse to acknowledge it, the Almighty will make you do it. Number 2, you love albino beautiful things in nature, correct? Zebras and fish and which dolphins, by the way, get a bright bubblegum pink. Rare as anything in pet shops. You've seen it, I've seen it. Cost twice as much as the conventional. We are that rare. If we're that rare, why the fuck do you think that we cannot drive a vehicle? If we can maneuver a car, if we can maneuver a bicycle, who the fuck died and made you, boss, saying that we couldn't maneuver a vehicle? You got them self-driving things out there. Yeah, you trust a self-driving car over somebody with albinism behind the wheel? You sick fucks. You know what? This platform is going to throw me off for this content, but you know something? I'm so tired, done, finished, over, kaput with every one of you people, and I pray this shit goes viral. You know something? I'm done with everybody treating everybody like shit. Because you're treating yourselves like shit. If you loved yourselves more, you'd love the whole damn world more. That's why I was crying before. You don't give a fuck about humanity because you don't give a fuck about yourselves. Carlin said it. Many other people said it before him. Probably Fatty Arbuckle. But the deceased over there are probably saying this in dimensions higher too. You know what? We are so sick of you not giving a fuck about yourselves and treating the whole goddamn world the same way. No, not here. No. And the earth is sick of it too. She's sick of getting dumped on. She's sick of getting not appreciated. She's sick of, you know what? I'm a beautiful jewel out here in the middle of the cosmos, wherever the middle happens to frickin' be. I am sick of y'all arguing and picking and dumping all over one another and not letting yourselves love yourselves and loving each other where you are, at where you are. Loving people where they're at. And don't Pollyanna this shit for me neither. Talking about, oh, we got to turn back to positive. No. What's being positive now is cleaning up the mess. But you got to use the words in which that reflect it. Yeah, and you know what? Some of you I'm speaking to. And I won't call you specifically out, but when the word comes to mind, find the letters that spell Kami. I love you, but you know what? I'm so done with the whole, let's turn to positive. Let's turn it to the positive. It's going positive. But what do you do to a storm? You wait it out, right? This is the storm. As I said, you never know what you're going to get in this channel. You never know what you're going to get. We are that prismatic. We are that, what's the word? Multifaceted. Yeah, that's it. Multifaceted, kaleidoscopic, gyroscopic, and prismatic. Let it be. A lot of people, and let me speak to you people that are constantly with the, let's turn it positive. Ooh, if you were in front of me right now, you better be glad you, oh God, I feel like punching something. Here's the facts. I should be playing nice jazz music under this, but no, I'm too pissed. Here's the facts. When a hurricane happens, let it happen. When a fire occurs, let it burn. You need to let that energy move. All of this, okay, Storm, we're done with your rain. That's basically what you're saying with, let's turn it positive. No. If you need to walk away, you need to walk away. Let it ride. I am so done with people like you. I don't mind you, Pollyanna. I really don't. But go look up toxic positivity, please. Because there is such a thing. Thank you, God, for making that true. But there's also toxic negativity. Yes. Absolutely there is. But you know something, Pollyanna? You need Eeyore in your life. And it's about time you're going to get it. And Eeyore is going to back kick Pollyanna out of it. Because he's as sick of Pollyanna as I am. Eeyore can get brightened up. Pollyanna can't get Eeyore down. And she sucked his dick, that is. The whole point is, I'm very much a realistic optimist. Always have been. Always will be. You need some of those people in life because they know how to handle the Eeyores. They don't know how to handle the Pollyannas. See, you Pollyannas got something way wrong with you more than the Eeyores do. Eeyores are down there, but they can go up. Pollyannas are too scared to come down. Why? Just like you want to keep asking Eeyore, why is he so depressed? Yeah, why are you constantly Pollyanna? You have to strike a balance, Pollyanna. And that's where Eeyore comes in. And Eeyore, Pollyanna, loves you, but when you're being an Eeyore, you're going to know it. And a few times, Eeyore has smiled. Number one. Number two, you don't need to go in and fix Eeyore. Eeyore is perfectly fine how he is. That's how come Pooh loves him the way he is. Leave him alone. 3, Pollyanna wants to fix everything. Why? Why? Why are you this way? Eyes on your own paper, Pollyanna. Leave Eeyore alone. Eeyore knows his shit. So does Honey Badger. That's like a Honey Badger little man. Ugh. The point here is you need to leave people as they are. You don't question the multifaceted. You don't question if somebody, a Ruby, say, Ruby red with anger, Ruby red with fire, Ruby red with passion, Ruby red with you're pissed, Ruby red with whatever. Okay? You don't tell that Ruby to go, it can't be a Ruby, do you? No. You still find the beauty in it. Same thing with a sapphire. And guess what? There's more than blue. Oh yeah, there's green, there's purple, there's yellow. But my favorite stone, Alexandrite. Last night, I had the beauty of watching my ordinarily purple Alexandrite turn as blue as the sky near sunset. It looked like blue topaz through my eyes, and I didn't call anybody else out to see it. I only saw it through my eyes. And no, it had nothing to do with an albinism thing, as some of you might be thinking. No. And no, I'm not being derisive about it either, but I'm confronting it and calling it for what it is, because you know what? If you keep saying something enough, it won't be a stigma. Which rhymes with the word nigger. And yes, I said it. And guess what? I'm an albino. I'm also a black Latina. So how do you jive that with I am not white ethnically, but am white ancestrally and am white technically? Want to jive that? Go ahead. Stupid. Just goes to prove human beings are stupid. Human beings can be and are stupid, and I'm calling you out on it. And if I lose to some of you audience members, okay, bye. Fine. Bye. I'll attract what I need to attract. If you were here out of pity or out of grudge or whatever, fine. I don't care. But if you want authenticity, is what you get, what you hear is what you get. And eventually what you see is what you get. Not that I'm camera shy. I just got mouth hardware that needs updating. Okay? On occasion, I will be on camera. But, yeah, those bowling videos you saw, I was so stoked. I was so stoked. But yet, like I said, you have no problem taking a customer acting eccentric like me. But you got a problem hiring an eccentric like me. Yeah, no. No. You want your conformists? Good. Cater to your conformists. Hire conformists. Don't hire, ooh, you make my world brand new type people. No, you don't. No. This is where, and then people like you, people like me, people like you who like people like me, start going with your gut. Start standing up to people saying, no, I'm going to take the job that's going to accept me. If I had to get in a body that accepted me, I'm going to take the job that accepts me. I'm not going to take one out of fear. I'm not going to take one because you're begging for money. Good. You want to beg for money? Let's go open a strip. Let's go open a strip and I'll pimp myself. At least this way I can choose what pimp is going to be inside me. Oh, how dare I say such things? Oh, the same men that went over to prostitutes during the day, at night, but during the day, completely poo-pooed the same thing they visited every night. Psst, yeah, okay. This double fucking standard is gone, and I'm going to be the one to help blow that motherfucker up. I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, I should have said at the top of this thing. Yeah, and I should splice in content advisory, listener discretion advised. Okay? Now that I said it, I'm going to be, I'm unloading. I'm unloading, and it feels good. And it feels good. So for right now, I'm narrowing down to what it is I do. But so far, I am a connector. I can edit. I can give you a conversation with cards and cocktails. That is oracle cards, tarot cards, and even reading cards through basic poker playing cards, which a lot of card readers are not doing these days. And 3, no, there's nothing satanic about it. You want to know why? I can tell you what is satanic. The same church you're going to up the street. But the one pointing at the tarot cards, oh, that one's satanic. Yeah, really? Said who? The one church up the street? Oh, the same one that was getting serviced under the desk by the church secretary? Okay. See the double standard? Yeah. Same reason why they hung a beautiful man on the tree, and he looks to his right and finds people shooting craps for his clothes. So, want to tell me again how you got to love your fellow man? Oh, I do. But that does not mean loving them doesn't mean you don't see the tarnish. You love your car, you still wash it. You love your body, you still wash it. When you're dirty and foul back there, you still clean it, right? Aren't you showing yourself love? Or is it just simply maintenance? So if you start seeing it that way, and the whole Pollyanna, hey, balloons come down. Balloons have loft and they eventually come down. It's called balance. And Pollyanna needs a hell of a lot more than Eeyore would ever do. Okay? Eeyore's bright spot is his friends. And they let him be Eeyore, and he helps balance them. What's Pollyanna got? Refusal to accept the fact that she's in the middle of all of that being her little dark spot, and there's like, I am sick of this bitch being happy all the time. Was she happy because she constipated? Is she happy because she's got premenstrual cramps? She happy in the middle of all that nasty hard-ass labor? Sure she is. Sure she is. You push somebody happy long enough, you'll see them get mad. And that's when you laugh like fuck, because that's when you see their real side come up. Everybody's got a real side. Eeyore's real side is right out there. You're just trying to make him un-Eeyore, not be Eeyore, that means, because everybody's got their own little Eeyore that wants to be acknowledged. It's called Elephant in the Room, and Eeyore also start with the same letter, E. Ha. Exactly. Also another letter E. No, I did not plan it that way. I speak from the cuff, I speak from the hip. No, I don't have a filter. I do censor myself sometimes, if I choose to censor myself. Kids are going to hear it any fucking way. And if you try to shield their little ears, they're going to go looking for it anyway. It's in the human nature. You did. Why shouldn't they? Oh, you want your kid living by a double standard? You want your kid holding you to a double standard? Yeah, okay. Let that fly. Let that fly. And I'm going to say this I've been in the server industry. Don't get me as your server. So I'm going to make sure you niggas out there don't tip 2 cents anymore. You tip anything less than 15 cents, or less than a quarter or less than 50 cents, but especially 2 cents, you do anything smaller than a dime, you're going to find a couple of dimes, including the coins at the bottom of your drink. I mean it. I mean it as God is my witness. And don't hire me because of that. Why? Hey, boss man, I don't give a real fuck. How come you want customers? You can't have customers if you don't let your employees be treated like employees, number one, and like human beings. Not slave drivers, not employees. They're people first. If you treat your customers like people first, you treat your employees the same goddamn way. And that includes, and not limited to, telling them, oh, you can accept a 2-cent tip. Really? But would you let your employee get a 2-cent tip at the bottom of their drink glass? No, you would not. You wouldn't want them having cockroaches in the food any more than you want them having a 2-cent tip at the bottom of their beverage glass. So don't let that happen there either. Don't let that ever happen there either. You sick. Ooh. I will tell you something. I'm not gonna lie. Well, not gonna lie to you. Sure, God is my witness. I sure did put some Sugar Avery spit in a few patrons' glass. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Why? You never, ever treat the help any more than you would treat yourself. Love your neighbor as you would yourself. It don't matter what your neighbor be. Your neighbor be the help. Your neighbor be the garbage guy. Your neighbor be the newsboy. I know I dated myself. Shut up. Your neighbor be the kid down the street. Your neighbor be the post office guy. Your neighbor be the UPS guy. Your neighbor be the pizza delivery or the Instacart or whatever. Any human being you interact with is your fellow neighbor. Be fucking kind. That includes you thoughtlessly dropping in a 2-cent tip. What the hell is wrong with you? Oh, see, it's too early in the morning, New York time, Eastern Coast time, Sunday, June 15. It's Father's Day, Sunday, June 16, 2024. Sorry about that. You know what? I ain't got no time for this. Ooh, I ain't got no time for this shit. I ain't got no fucking time for this shit. I got no time for this. I got no time. Okay. Okay. Calm down, Missy. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. Man, see, this is the shit that pisses me off about humanity. A 2 motherfucking cent tip. That's like you coming into the retail store 5 minutes before the goddamn thing closes talking about you need to get a 500-pound safe. When you gotta have it now and you can't have it in the morning? Okay, I'm not gonna come back here if you don't give it to me back now. You know what? That's called the world being infantilized. You know what? Your ass waited all this time for that safe. You can wait another 5 minutes plus 8 hours. I'm going to bed. See you in the morning. And that is what you do. You put you first. If you waited all that stinking time to show up at 5 minutes before closing to get a safe, you can wait for that safe for another 5 minutes and 10 hours. Okay? So, good night. See you in the morning. We will be here bright and early with your safe. No, you don't have to have it now. Because if you waited all this time, 5 minutes to closing, you can wait another 10 hours. Good night. And that's it. You offer no explanation. Shut the door. Let them be mad. Move on. Let them be mad. You cannot cater to everybody. So stop trying. That is what the spirit world will tell you. Whether or not you don't believe this, I don't give a fuck. Okay? Because it's a fact. And let me tell you, put there in the show notes, as well as put there little below the description bar, okay? Drop me some comments. Who lived in Gettysburg for 3 years? I did. That made me a believer in ghosts quicker than scat, okay? So they're there wanting help. They're there wanting you to help understand them, to listen to them, and to get them to get you to get your lives back as opposed to you just laying there and breathing. As I said at the top of the week, leaguers are interesting people. They really are. And the one thing I can do without them with is run into the establishment owner talking about, I'm scared. I mean, you know the game telephone when you say Roy bought a car, and by the time you get to the 26th individual in the line for the telephone game, Myrtle's in Madagascar. When the fuck did you get Myrtle's in Madagascar from Roy bought a car? You see what I'm saying? That is what I'm talking about. And people don't think before they speak, and they hear what they want to, as opposed to listening to what somebody really said. And that is what people are trying to tell you in your spirit world. In that, oh, they're dead, they're gone. No, they're not dead, and no, they're not gone. Okay? So when I said I see dead people, hey, how the hell come that was okay in the movie The Sixth Sense, but that's not okay for somebody to say in real time? Okay, you got a problem. You've got problems. Not the one saying it, but the one who's listening to it. Number two. Number three, how come that's okay for a patron to say, but that's not okay for an employee to say? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, and people on this planet, we are 200 to 500 years spiritually immature. You've got to grow up fast. And that includes, and not limited to, and I understand that this particular platform loves to demonetize people, especially when they would, saying things like, oh, she saw the ghost. Oh, stop it. Anyway, there are some people on this platform who shall remain nameless, but I still listen to because I don't want to call them out, because I'm protecting innocent me and moron him, because it is the moron move. That's not the hill to die on for the N-word. So you're willing to continually sit, you're bitching about the same thing you won't say? Okay. This is what I mean by being a teacher, and the students are finally learning something after pounding it into their heads for a month of fucking Sundays. Okay? Why is it that black people get into a tizzy when white people say the word nigger and the word nigger? Why? I'm mixed race. I'm mixed ethnicity. And I'm an albino. Now, why is it all right for me to say the word nigger and nigger and not white people? Explain that one to me. Riddle me that one, Batman. And, by the way, Tony Robbins did it in the 1980s. He made a little ditty out of it. Until the audience was like, and then he kept saying it, and the audience started laughing and singing along and then clapping because he destigmatized the word. Now, do I want to destigmatize other words like pedophile and kid diddler and touching on a little child and a minor? No, never. In the history of humankind would I want anybody to do that. But words like slants, chinks, spooks, niggas, jigaboos, what's wrong with that? It is listed all out there, but suddenly the N-word's got a problem? Then how about the word jigaboo being a problem? How about coon being a problem? How about porch monkey or what's the other ones? What's the other ones? A whole bunch of other stereotypical shit that I used to, and what, gooks, goombas, and all that other one. Every ethnicity has its nicknames for it. People with albinism get called human ghosts all the time. I grew up with being called Gaspar. Okay? I grew up with being called Casper. And I eventually, it made me mad at first, but then I had to think, it was like, until another teacher's like, aren't you an albino? Yeah. Well, why wouldn't they call you that? And I really had to think about it. And I'm like, wait. Because they don't know about it. Okay, then show them what it's about. And then if they still call you that, what are you going to do? It's their prerogative to choose what they call you. It's how you respond to it is what matters. And that's why I love the name Casper to this day. Because I didn't let it bother me. And that's what I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen. Remember the little ditty? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Remember that? Remember that? Well, good. Now remember that. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Well, then start living by that. Okay? And that's one of the things we have got to start doing as growing up as people. And little kids are going to be like, so somebody called you a name. So, are they keeping your lights on? No. Are they keeping shoes on your feet and breath in your body? No. Are they keeping your eyes blinking and your heart beating? No. So if God didn't call you that name, why do you care that you got called that name? Answer. You know you're not any of those things. You're not stupid and anything related to that. You're not this and related to that. The name you should be called and should live by and love. That's why it's called fucking artificial intelligence. You've got the real intelligence. You are the RI. Okay? And not building these ugly facsimiles that are supposed to, no. Deal with your inner you and you've got the real human. And only nerds and dumbasses, which rhymes with turds if you think about it, like the fact of having portable humans to turn on and off. It's called communication. And making things that are called Chloe, CHOL-E. And she's got a power button in the right side of her temple, shaped like a letter E. Are you sick? So you want a vagina that basically says and does everything you want. Then what happens if you get bored of that? 1, 2. What happens if she becomes self-aware? Or it becomes self-aware? Then you get a new problem with the same solution. Only in new form. Or rather, in silicon form. Again, balance. This is where you have the woman that helps her think practically. But instead, no. Men wanted it running roughshod over the women, had nothing to say. The way this boob threw me out yesterday. Like, nothing mattered. Mine's made up, don't confuse with the facts. Okay. So, in this age of social media, guess what's going to happen? Podcasters going to be, no, I'm not going away quietly. No. Social media, Google Maps, and lower his rating. Yep. Because if you can't be authentic, then it's got to hurt. Then it must hurt. I'll give you a great example, and then we'll be out of here soon. You know how y'all don't deal with woke shit? Nor do I. Okay. Neither do I. I don't like woke shit. So, when you know something is called jump the shark, okay, and you've heard the expression, but it originated when supposedly Arthur the Fonzarelli was going to jump a shark in something that pertained to called the Hollywood Kid or whatever the hell the episode was. And he drove the boat and jumped the shark. But first of all, the jump was not all the way over it in the middle. It was more to the right and to the shore. 2, it was in a fucking cage, the damn thing, making it look like it was like, and then the music making it all dangersome and whatever. And I looked at it as a kid, I was like, part of me was fascinated and part of me was like, this is so stupid. This is so stupid. Jumping 14 garbage cans on a motorcycle, that's one thing. But jumping the shark, aka Evil Knievel, and I grew up with that. Now he's since dead, Lord, God rest his soul. But this time, jumping a shark, I'm supposed to be impressed with that. And that meant forever forward, you had no more, as far as writing goes, you're scraping at the bottom of the barrel. It's been a metaphor in life, basically. And it's basically been a metaphor in life, as well as metaphor in relationships and TV and movies and whatever, like, books and whatever. And apologies for the pause. You didn't need me hearing use the bathroom, but like on All in the Family, you'll hear me flushing the toilet. Anyway, my whole point here is, ladies and gentlemen, is that when someone's jumped the shark in what they've said, what they've done. If you've done enough remembering, and if you've done enough careful analysis, and you've done enough backtracking, as it were. Because you know how you got the expression, those who don't know their history are doomed to repeat it? Well, that's just it. If you keep doing the same fucking thing, expecting a different result, on the one hand, yes, it works. But on the other hand, it was originally called a workout called insanity that nobody could keep up with. After completing that program, they're like, yeah, that's a one and done. That's a one-hit wonder. Okay, because nobody can physically keep up that. Do you see what I'm saying? So the same thing with the double standard, ladies and gentlemen, the same thing with the hypocrisy. Eventually it will catch up with you. And that's what the ghosts and the spirits and all the other guides on the other side of the veil, whether or not you want to believe it or acknowledge it, are trying to say to you. And for the boob that canned me in your supposed alley and supposed lanes and my customers are more important, yeah, the spirits let the customers be there. Yeah, you made the spirits pretty mad now. Because you sacked me unceremoniously, as well as like the coward dick you are. So you know who you are. And I'm not going to call you out, because you'd want me to call out your name. And like one of my guides, the inimitable, amazing indie journalist Paul Harvey, he'd want me to mention his name, wouldn't he? And no, I won't. But this makes you a garbage human being that you're chasing after that dollar you'll never have, and you're still working 50 years into the business, and yeah. But there's more history on that, sir, than just your 50 years does allow, because it turns out there's a spirit in lane 9 that won't let anybody get a strike. It told me. And if you want to go ahead and think I'm nuts, I'll give it a really rip. I really don't anymore. I really don't, because this is where God is forcing me to rely on Him. And Mama Maru. This is where the Almighty, both He and She Almighty, are forcing me to depend on the ultimate mom and dad, the creator of the cosmos. Whoops. And with that, I think I will take my adieu on this. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for being there. As I said, you never know what you're going to get on this particular podcast. And by the time you've listened to this, there you are. Ghost Talk out. Love you all. Always.